Busted.
The reviews are in.
Awesome.
You wanted more Joe Concha. And we heard you. More Joe. More show.
We're talking to you. Under promise and over deliver.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11 on 77 WABC.
Jimmy Kimmel no longer tries to be funny. Not that he ever really was.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11.
Democrats defending cocaine coming into the country.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Tell me. I've spent time in Tehran. I've lived in Iran. Tell me, when did you move to the U.S. from Iran?
Cindy, I was a young boy, and my parents came here on a vacation because my aunt was moving to Los Angeles. And once we got here, uprisings started back home, and the uprisings turned into a full-blown revolution, and then the hostage crisis happened, and we never went back. So we ended up in our new home because of a vacation and a revolution.
I was there at that time. And if you remember when the Canadian ambassador saved some of our hostages, I was there, and it was the Shah who helped get me out. I know all about it. How did you get out of Tehran?
We were here before the uprising started. We were escaping the brutal summer of Tehran because it is very hot in Iran during the summers. We were here, and we were going to get my aunt settled in her new home in Los Angeles, and the banks were on strike. The garbage union had gone on strike, so refuse was all over town, and everyone back home was telling us to stay in Los Angeles, enjoy it a little longer until things settled down. And so it just kept escalating. So there was never a point for us to return. We were here on vacation, and we never went back.
But Reza, you were born there. Where? Tell me about schooling. Tell me about your birth. Tell me where you went to school. How did you start?
I was 3 years old, so I was yet to start school there. I have very little memory of Iran. I moved to Beverly Hills and started nursery school in Beverly Hills, and I would get dropped off at school and picked up, and the other parents were side-eyeing my parents as if they were related to the people that had taken the embassy workers hostage. It was a very hostile environment for us to be here at a time where obviously Iranians weren't looked upon favorably.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I went through all of that. I absolutely understand. But if you were a child, how old were you? Because your English is absolutely unaccented. It's perfect. It's not like it's English that you learned as a second language.
No, I was 3 years old when we got here.
Yeah. Okay. How did you get... Listen, I'm losing my mind. How did you get from Tehran, which I know very well, to become the star of Bravo TV's Shahs of Sunset? What the F did I miss here?
So it's a very funny story, Cindy, because when I was a little boy, my mom would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would respond, I want to be the Shah. And my mom would tell me that the monarchy was abolished and there was no chance of me ever being a Shah ever again. So basically, I had to manifest myself an opportunity to become a Shah, Cindy, and I was able to, and I became the Shah of Sunset, and I was on a hit reality show on Bravo for 10 years and 9 seasons.
Okay. I understand. I've been in show business all my life, even longer than show business is alive. I've been on it. I know all of this. You tell me how somebody who knew nobody got to be the star of a TV show when most people I know who are professionals can't get in. You tell me how that happened.
No problem. I was phoned by a friend who told me to come to a cocktail party, and she was giving me this cockamamie story about a producer that was going to be at the cocktail party and that he had never been around Persian people before, and he had these grand ideas of making a TV show about Persian people. And I just wanted to enjoy my friends, go to the cocktail party. I had no idea that this interaction with this producer was going to actually lead to a television series. So I get to the cocktail party, I start chatting him up, and by the end of the night, he asked me to walk him to his car when he was leaving, and he said to me that, if I'm going to sell a reality show in America about Middle Easterners, I need you on there because you're absolutely hilarious. Your personality just is something I have never seen in my whole life, and you need to promise me you'll agree to do it. And so I literally gave it no weight. I said, okay, no problem. Sure, I will do it. He stayed in touch with me, and little by little, this concept that was hilarious and unbelievable to me took shape, and it became an actual show, and he sold it, and we had an amazing run.
Okay, you also have a third thing that's interesting. Not that it's interesting, but there's so much about you that's different. You're also gay, and you're also a little Jewish, and you're also a lot of other things that I don't understand. How did you get to be a multiplication of everything? What's your family?
So I come from a very unique background where my father, God rest his soul, was Jewish, and my mother is Muslim, but not religious Muslim, like, kind of secular Muslim. But in Islam, your father has to be Muslim for you to be Muslim. And in Judaism, your mother has to be Jewish. So, Cindy, I actually fall into a gray area where when I talk to people, they tell me what I am. It has nothing to do with what I believe in my heart. They ask me, oh, is your mother Jewish? I said, no, my mother was Muslim. They're like, oh, well, then you're not Jewish. And then the Muslims are like, oh, but your dad was Jewish. You're not Muslim. And I am gay, which in the Middle Eastern culture is very unacceptable anyway. So I literally grew up feeling like I was a unicorn on an island all by myself, not having a tribe where I felt accepted.
I sort of think I understand what the hell you're talking about, but I'm not exactly sure. You are Jewish. You are Muslim, you are gay, you are Iranian, you are American. I don't understand who the hell you really are. Who are you?
Well, I'm someone who came to this beautiful country and realized the blessing of being an American. Me and my family assimilated. I worship the ground that I walk on, and although my name sounds Middle Eastern and physically, visually, I look Middle Eastern, in my heart, I'm as American pie as any American born on this soil. I don't take where I live for granted. My parents and myself, we came here and we killed the game with the opportunities that were afforded to us. And we didn't try to make this new, beautiful country that we call home into something that we came from. We assimilated, we gave back to our communities, and we thrived. And I love the 4th of July because it reminds me of my naturalization ceremony. I'm so proud that I have a U.S. passport. And I realize that if I were still in the country of my birth, I would probably be dead because they would have stoned me to death for being Jewish and gay, and I wouldn't be on the phone with you right now enjoying myself telling my story.
Okay, I got all that. So you also are selling real estate. You're also selling yourself. You also have a book out. You're also schlepping around on TV. How did all that happen when most of us can't get a job? I mean, I don't mean me, but other people can't get a job. Who the hell basically are you that you're so great that all this happened?
You know, it's because of my upbringing, Cindy. My dad is a Persian Jew that taught me that, you know, I, as an individual, have a lot of capacity and capabilities, and I need to focus, and I need to be very successful, and I need to provide, and I need to, you know, have nest eggs, and I need to save for a future, because we came to this country, we didn't have pension plans and 401ks. My dad had to come here and start a business from the ground up. And I watched all of my relatives, immigrants, come to this country and do really, really well. And I wanted to not let them down. I have this competitive drive within me where I wanted to be really successful. I sell real estate. I have a former TV show that did really well. I'm on a new TV show. I'm actually on a cooking competition TV show on Sundays on the Food
you're a pain in
Network.
the ass. You're on everything. I understand all that. Now that you've got a book out, why is a book out? What are we supposed to get from it? What?
The book is amazing and very appropriate for what's going on in Iran right now. And it tells the story of a family and a kid who fled a country and came to a place where I couldn't find anything that looked like me here. And luckily, I realized that if you don't have a lane, you create your own lane and you drive in your own lane. You don't need to see people that look like you, that eat the same food as you. I went to school, Cindy, in Beverly Hills at a time where there were no other Iranian kids. I would take food with me to school, and the kids would make fun of me because the food looked different and smelled different. And I didn't speak the language. My parents didn't speak the language. And with all that adversity, I was still able to get to where I wanted to in life. And this book talks about that journey.
Okay, so you may as well mention the name of the book before we go on to other things. Tell us about the name of the book fast and then get the hell off it. Go, tell me.
I'm so proud of the name. It's called Memoirs of a Gay Shah.
The title might be better than the damn book, but the title is great. Okay, so what are you saying in this book?
The things that I'm telling you in the book are so relevant right now with what's going on in Iran. And I cannot believe that in New York, we've handed the keys to the castle to someone who is radical and wants to turn the United States into what the Iranians are fighting for. And it talks about growing up in this country with the shame of what was going on. Like, literally, people would look at me, Cindy, like it was my fault for what was going on in Iran. And I'm trying to say, hello, we're assimilating. We love this country. We are not those Iranians. We're the good kind.
Okay, are you hearing from people in the old country?
Absolutely.
What are they saying? What are they telling us now?
It's a bloodbath. They're slaughtering my people, Cindy, for wanting freedom and rejecting radical Islam.
What is a way? I mean, I can't ask you what's a way to stop this, but what do you tell them? You're sitting here now in Beverly Hills doing well on a radio program. How are you going to tell them what to do?
I can't tell anyone what to do, but I pray to God that the president intervenes and does for the Iranians what he has done for the Venezuelans, because a free Iran equals a safer world. Helping Iran doesn't mean just helping the Iranians. Iran is the number one state sponsor of terrorism globally. Iran funds Hamas, the Houthis, and Hezbollah. Free Iran means a safer world. And I pray every night, and I haven't slept for over a week, I pray that the U.S. government, the Israeli government intervene and free the Iranians of this radical death cult that has been governing that country in a demonic way for 47 years.
Okay, what's different about the Iranians who are now in Los Angeles? Is it only that they are rich and you are playing games with them? I mean, how many Iranians are in Beverly Hills?
Beverly Hills, girl, I know you know this. Beverly Hills is at least 50% Iranian. When I went to Beverly Hills High School, it was 50% Iranian, and now I think it could be closer to 70. We are the number one highest achieving minority group assimilating in America. If you Google top 10 people that come to this country and kill the game and excel at everything, Iranians are a minority group that have come here and given back and made this country a better place, as opposed to coming here and wearing terrorist shmatas and chanting Allahu Akbar or wanting to convert this country into whatever country we came from. We don't do that.
Okay, if it's not Allahu Akbar, how did you get connected with all the Persians who are here? And why did they all come to Beverly Hills?
Well, the ones that you have to think about, the ones that were able to leave, Cindy, were the ones that had money.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
it wasn't the ones,
yeah.
the poor ones couldn't get on a first class ticket on Pan Am and come here. It was the ones that had means that were able to come here. And once we got here, we became insular because we realized, like, oh, everyone is side-eyeing us because Walter Cronkite is counting down the days of captivity, which was 444 days. Those poor hostages were in captivity. So when no one wants to have anything to do with you, you stick with your own kind. And so I did not have any non-Iranian friends or people in my life other than teachers until I went to college. I grew up in a Persian bubble in Beverly Hills.
What college?
I went to a lot. I went to San Francisco State, but I also went to Cal State Northridge and Santa Monica City College.
Okay, so you got a lot of things that we don't understand. You are Iranian. You speak English perfectly, pardon the expression, as I do. You are gay. You are Jewish. I don't know what the hell to ask you. What are you?
I'm a very proud Iranian American who's very grateful for the opportunities that this country has afforded me. And today I want to use my platform and talk about the Americans in New York who go stand outside of synagogues and praise Hamas and want to turn this country into somewhere where they practice Sharia law. And I want to tell them, from an Iranian who saw what happened to his home country, do not wish for that, because everything that you think is special and sacred will be taken away from you. Be careful what you ask for.
I was there exactly at the time. I was with the princesses upstate hotel, and they brought me in. The Shah brought me in and threw me onto a Pan Am jet, and it was the Canadian ambassador who was my friend and is now gone, who rescued all of the people around me. I was there at the time. I lived through it. I know exactly what it is. But what are we going to do with the people in the United States of America who don't believe us?
We have to keep talking about it, Cindy. We have to keep spreading the word. I didn't realize that all the cliche things your parents tell you are 100% true. That if you don't talk about it, history will repeat itself. Mom Donnie is Ayatollah Khomeini 2.0.
Yes,
he was saying the same things that Khomeini was telling those young people who were confused and didn't know what they needed or wanted, but he was promising them free bus rides, free electricity. So I'm looking at these Americans and they are, lost. And he's talking about free this and free that. How is that even possible? You can't even do that. But they're voting for him and just believing whatever it is that he's telling them. It's
because he's a card-carrying idiot. That's why.
Yes.
Crap, damn it. He's a card-carrying idiot. Tell us quickly.
Oil salesman.
Okay. Tell us now what the United States of America should know before you have to get the hell off and go to another show. Tell me. What should we know about Iran? What is going to happen in Iran?
Iran is done. The Iranian people are done with radical Islam. They're done with oppression. They're done being killed for their hair being exposed. They're done with the fact that they can't have a dog. They can't listen to music. They can't date. That their husband controls the right to obtain a passport. They're done with Sharia law. They want to be free, and it is over. We need to watch out for radical Islam in this country. We have to be careful. The Mamdanis, the Ilhan Omars, the Rashida Tlaibs, they are demonic people that do not love America and are trying to bring Sharia law to America. And if we're not careful, the same thing that happened in Iran will happen here.
You're absolutely right. And Allahu Akbar, you are absolutely right. I have lived there. I was one of the people that was almost captured. I know it well. And I am very glad to speak to you. When do you come to the United States of New York, which is all that matters to me? When are you coming here?
I'm coming there next month to do some talk shows.
What talk shows?
I'm doing Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and I'll be on the Sherry Shepherd Show.
Okay. It was very, very nice to talk with you. I think exactly as you do. And I love Iran. I've spent a long time in Iran. I've spent half of my life trying to get the hell out of it. So thank you very, very much for coming on and speaking to me, Reza. Tell everybody the name of your book and then get the hell off the air.
Absolutely. My book comes out April 7th, and it's called Memoirs of a Geisha, and you can pre-order it now.
Mazel tov to you. That is not an Iranian expression.
No, but I love it.
Thank you, honey.
So much.
Thanks a lot. Thank you for coming on.
Talk to you again. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.